I want to take you to a very special place today in Israel, a place called Gush Etzion, just outside of Jerusalem, filled with really beautiful, important, and inspiring communities. Shalom, my friends. It's Akiva Gush with Israel in 5, where we give you everything Israel in 5 minutes. Please like and subscribe. But if you have any questions, want to keep the conversation going, please do so below in the comments. Gush Etzion, just about 10 minutes south of Jerusalem, is a very, very inspiring and important place here in the land of Israel. Today, there's many, many communities that fill up this area called Gush Etzion. Gush in Hebrew means block, so it's a block of different Jewish communities in the land of Israel, again, just south of Jerusalem, basically between Jerusalem and Hebron, or Hebron as people sometimes pronounce it. But the first communities that were built in this area predate the state of Israel. They were built in the 1940s before the establishment of the state of Israel in 1948. There were about 4 different communities there, Jews living on the land, settling the land, building houses, building communities, raising families there. And then with the onset of the War of Independence in 1948, the Jewish communities there got attacked by Jordanian forces and were basically expelled and killed. At the beginning of the battle, all women and children were evacuated to Jerusalem, and many of the men stayed there and fought for their land and fought for their lives. Some made it out alive, some were injured, some were taken, and many were killed in the battle with the Jordanian forces. And that area remained Jew-free for many, many decades, as that piece of land was given to the other side, so to speak. A country wasn't established, a state wasn't made on that land, but the Jordanians did take over that land as part of Judea and Samaria. Some people call it the West Bank, illegally after the War of Independence. And that extended all the way up until 1967, the Six-Day War, when Israel defended itself against 3 countries that were threatening its annihilation, its existence. That would be Jordan, Egypt, and Syria. And Israel fought a very strong war, but a very swift war with the Jordanians, and got rid of the Jordanians from East Jerusalem and the entire area of Judea and Samaria, leaving Gush Etzion in the hands of the Jews, in the hands of the state of Israel, for the first time since pre-state Israel in the early 1940s. And many of the children of the men who were killed in the original battle during the War of Independence, defending their lands, defending their homes, many of their children went back to the same sites of these communities to build them all over again. They were like the original pioneers, the original early Zionists who came to this land and were literally building communities under threat with a hammer in one hand and a weapon in the other. And that's what the children of these men did. They went back to the land that some of them were actually little kids on. They were evacuated from at a very, very young, small age. They went back and they rebuilt communities, one after the other after the other. The first one to be rebuilt, basically the first Israeli community, as some people call it, settlement, in the area of Judea and Samaria after 1967, after this incredible victory in the Six-Day War, was Kfar Etzion. And after that, other communities followed in this area of Gush Etzion. You have Efrat, you have Neve Daniel, you have Elazar, you have Bat Ain, and many others. And many of the names of these communities come either from the original communities that were there in the early 1940s, renaming them the same names, or taking names from the Holy Bible, from the Hebrew Bible, from the Tanakh. Efrat shows up in the Hebrew Bible. Elazar comes from the story of Hanukkah, the Maccabees fighting the Greeks. And today there's many communities and tens of thousands of Israelis living in this area of Gush Etzion, which again is very, very close to Jerusalem, could be considered a suburb of Jerusalem. And they're living vibrant, beautiful, inspiring Jewish lives in the Jewish homeland, raising their children with values of Judaism and Zionism, love for the people of Israel, the land of Israel, the Torah of Israel. And you visit these communities, and there's a very, very specific kind of feel to these communities, people living with very, very strong connection to the land of Israel and to the future of Israel, and they really see themselves as the guardians of this land, specifically the guardians of the land around Jerusalem, and really planting their seeds in the land in order to ensure a vibrant and strong Jewish future in this land. This is Gush Etzion, a very important part of the land of Israel, the people of Israel today, the state of Israel today. Again, just outside of Jerusalem, north of Hebron, in a very historical part of the land of Israel, a strategic part of the land of Israel today, and a place that people should go visit next time they come to visit Israel, to really see vibrant Jewish life in the land of Israel, communities really thriving and growing and basing their entire lives on their love for their people, their tradition, their past, their present, and their future. All the best, my friends, and be well.